Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video, and today we are here with the baliplus Benchmade Necron clone. This is the steel version in jade, and this thing is absolutely stunning. Apologies for no videos for the past week. I have been extremely busy, and I've literally just been sorting out some little bits and bobs like that. Tell me what you think of the camera quality. I'm trying 60 frames, 1000 shutter speed. The weather is just about warm enough that I can film outside again. And I think this thing absolutely sparkles in the sun like a dream. So this will be the Balisong on the channel for the next week, maybe 2 weeks, that we've got. And this is, I'm not kidding you, out the box basically. I just put some oil in it ages ago. I've not recently oiled it. I think I oiled it when I got it. And I didn't put anything special in there, and I just tightened up the pivots. Otherwise, this is an out-the-box tune, which, I mean, a teeny bit of tap, which maybe there is just a loose pivot. Again, I've not flipped this guy in a little while, which is why I'm kind of here giving it a proper little shakedown. It is quite smooth, I'll give it that. It's very comfortable, this G10, and I think, honestly, the best part about this Balisong is not just the value proposition at like $50 US or so, maybe 55. This thing genuinely had me contemplating getting rid of my rep, which is kind of nuts if you really think about it, because one, I love my rep, and two, it takes quite a lot to contemplate getting rid of the rep. For a steel liner Balisong, like, come on. Now, there is also a titanium liner version, which I imagine will just be slightly more neutral due to less handle weight. I've not taken this guy apart, but he's got the stock plastic extenders and comes with all the like extra gizmos and bits and bobs that the real guy comes with. And if we were to look at it aesthetically, right, we've got some plastic bottom bits, which is nice. That you also get spares of this in jade, which looks really cool. And you get this really nice milling texture, which I've been told that it is supposed to be asymmetrical. So this is the safe handle and the other side is bite handle. Double check that against the real deal. That is how it is meant to be. So you can kind of see here, obviously, you can ignore this little bit of dirt, but you see that'll just clean right out. And then you can see here is the blade. I'm not sure what steel the blade is. Excuse me. Sorry about that. But you can kind of see here, it does have the Benchmade, okay, there we go, Balisong logo with the 99 there. Really beautiful stonewash finish. Now this is the false edge, but literally this thing is not sharp, but goodness me, is that tip still, like, that is still a really nasty tip to get tipped by. It's literally just, they've just not put the edge on it. With a whetstone, you could put an edge on this really easily. So yeah, if you do want something like that, feel free. And then here at the back, you've got Benchmade USA, and then you've got the actual Benchmade website. Which is kind of strange. I don't know how I feel about that in terms of the, using the official logoing. I guess I don't mind too much. I was never going to buy a $600 Necron out of steel and the $1,500 version out of titanium. But I guess to each their own, right? Because some people want that. And there is a titanium version of this. I think it's a bit more expensive, which is understandably so, material cost. But yeah, on the inside, you still have this beautiful, 42 style hole pattern, which is really cool. And this thing, I have to say, is a really engaging flipper. I wouldn't say it's for everyone, but if you really like the Necron style and you want a rep style kind of Balisong, this is a pretty good option. This kind of flips like a rep if it was built by Benchmade and was a bit more handle bias. So it's a bit thinner in the hands. It's not as chunky or bulky as a rep in terms of like this dimension here, because of this very visible taper that you can see from the top to the base of the handles. So it is quite comfy in the hands. This G10 also is just fantastic. Look at that bounce. Wow. Honestly, the tactile feel of this thing might be one of my favorites. Like, this is putting like the big machine-wise kind of ballys in terms of how bouncy they are up for like consideration. Because yeah, the tolerances on this are like really tight in terms of how it feels fantastic in the hand. I wish the blade was a bit longer. I think the blade is a bit short, even both aesthetically and balance-wise, because it's quite handle bias. You can see here, it's actually, okay, in terms of actual balance, it's not even the craziest handle bias kind of thing, because it does flip really well, it fans still really well, and you know, it does all the kind of more tricky tricks that you'd prefer more neutral balance quite well. But the one thing it does do is the handles carry a lot of momentum, and I think that's simply just because of how much longer the handles are than the blade. Now, I'm not sure if in this end bit here there is a weight. There very well could be, and if so, I imagine removing that would most likely fix the balance. I'm a bit scared to go at these T6 screws because baliplus unfortunately didn't fix the design and give it T8 screws or something, even though they really could have. And I think they really should have, well, you know, because it's at no extra cost, really. Like, screws are so cheap that I think it's a bit of a shame. But, you know, it is T10 hardware, you know, on the gold kind of pivots. I don't know if I don't think they're titanium. I think they're just steel that's been, you know, brassed, like brass washed. But otherwise, sound-wise, this thing is really nice. It's just kind of a clicky-clacky sound. The grip is pretty good. I mean, it's G10, so it's pretty smooth. It's actually slipperier than I would have expected for G10. But at the same time, it's not like it's going to go flying out your hand because of the lack of grip. And obviously, the sandwich style means that the sides are super grippy as well. You could probably, you know, take these liners out and blast them with a blowtorch, get some cool heat anodes going, and you maybe get that, you know, going through, because, I don't know, the camera kind of picks it up, and the sun's just decided to go behind the clouds, so perhaps I'll show you in a minute. And oh my goodness, the drop in heat without the direct sunlight is really, really depressing. It's like actually cold now. Before it was, I could almost say it was warm, and now I'm having to like pull my sleeves down. Whoa. But yeah, basically it's ever so slightly translucent, the jade, so you can kind of see through it. I think you can kind of make it out. There's like circle spots where the holes would be. I think that's kind of where you're going to see it best. Yeah, there you go. You can see there. You can see through it a little bit, which is kind of a cool little tidbit. And I really like seeing the little 42 style hole pattern whilst you're flipping. This is a really, really fun little guy, honestly. I have to say, if you're looking for something that's like a rep but cheaper, and you're not looking to modify it, and you really like the scimitar blade, this is kind of a fantastic little Balisong. I definitely need to flip it more and make my mind up on it. As of late, I've been flipping a lot of the, well, my other jade Balisong, my Orca trainer, because this thing, I absolutely love it to bits. This is one of my favourite, this is like a top 5 Balisong clone for me, in terms of the performance. In terms of what I like, this is like almost bang on the money. It's lightweight, and you can carry this anywhere. Like, I might take this to the States because I'll be going at some point, so actually I might be able to, no, I'm nowhere where I would be able to get something really cool, but I might be able to buy a Balisong or something, whilst I'm over there, get it shipped to me. I'm there for about a week, but this thing has just been fantastic, and it's really pretty that this also now has this kind of same color. And here we go, you'll get a much better view of the translucence. There you go, you can see that. And I think this is just a really, really cool kind of flipper. It flips well, it's comfortable in the hand, you know, there's no sharp edges. You know, you can run it over. Other than the choil here is, oh, that's kind of nasty, and so is the tip. That tip is like, makes aerials a bit scary. I will say it doesn't aerial as well as some other Balisongs. It's not as predictable because of that slightly wonky blade. I mean, you can literally see it there. Like, it's a bit shaky in aerials. It's kind of doing this a bit, simply because of this like disproportionate handle to blade ratio. So I think Benchmade could have done a bit better at that bit. But I mean, as an EDC, I don't know what the steel is. I mean, some sort of D2 or something like that. Maybe even 440. So nothing crazy, but then again, Benchmade have never put amazing steels on their Balisongs, I don't think. Actually, no, I think on the 42s in titanium they were alright at the time. But like, yeah, don't expect this to be like the craziest thing to hold an edge or whatever, but I know you can sharpen this and this will make a pretty good EDC. Like, it's quite rigid, you know, chopping up kind of a few little bits and bobs, but I quite like it. Very comfortable to chaplain on. Weirdly, the blade, it's going to sound kind of crazy, but the blade feels quite hard. Not like rough, just very hard. I don't know how else to explain it. Like, for example, obviously I understand this is a titanium blade, and so this is a bit different, but this blade it feels softer. Like, so, that was a nice catch, by the way, from my foot there. Like, it just doesn't feel as soft, and that could just be because of the curve that's on it, because of kind of this little knuckle here, I don't know. But yeah, it feels quite hard, the spine of this blade, which I guess is a reassuring thing from a knife perspective, but I guess in terms of the flipping point, like, I think it could be a little nicer on the hand, right? Like, I think maybe if the radius was perhaps a little bit flatter. I'm not sure if I'm trying to show, like, the... Oh, what a view. But, like, I guess there it looks quite flat. But if you come down here, like, it's... I guess that's a slightly better view. If it'll focus on the right thing. Oh, no. There we go. I don't know. I feel like maybe if it was a bit rounder and a bit flatter, a bit rounder on the actual round bits and a bit flatter on the very middle, perhaps it would be a bit more comfortable of a spine. I don't know. I've not really played around with the different chamferings, but I think, like, the one does a good job of like round crown spines, I should say. So I guess, yeah, this is more of a crown spine, sorry, than a chamfered spine, yeah. I guess like a crown chamfer kind of... No, it's more of a crowning, really. Just quite a flat crowning, but still quite round, rather than having defined edges, which I think kind of knocks it down a little bit for comfortability. But otherwise, I mean, it's pretty nice. I have to say, I really am enjoying this guy. And yeah, there'll be links in the description if you want to pick it up. They are affiliate links, so you'll be supporting the channel at no extra expense to you. Yeah, so feel free to grab one of these. This is the Balisong Benchmade should have made, really, in my opinion. That's not a bad video title for the review, but no, I'm just going to call it the Benchmade Necron clone review, I guess, and I'll call that this video soon. Well, you've already clicked on the video. But yeah, this is really just something I have to respect baliplus for, because, to be honest, I really like Benchmade as a company. I really want a 42. I'm considering getting a 42 clone. I don't know how well they flip, so let me know in the comments down below. How well does the 42 itself actually, like, how does it handle? Because I'm not sure. I've never had a clone. I think I had a trainer clone once, but it was rubbish. It was a sandwich one. It was just awful. Like, off of Amazon. I think I returned it because it just broke. Yeah, it was just rubbish. It was nothing like the picture. But I'm considering getting another 42, you know, kind of clone, because I really love the Weehawk blade, and I think it would be a nice classic Balisong to have in the collection, and maybe replace this with it. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you got any questions about this, you know, comparing it to, I don't know, a rep or something, let me know down in the comments section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for sticking around. We're almost at 2,000 subscribers, which is kind of huge for me. Didn't think we'd be getting this far. I mean, I'm in year 2 of doing this kind of regularly. And so I have to say I'm very appreciative and very thankful of all of you guys. You can see there in the fans. It does fan well. It's just a bit wonky sometimes. So yeah, but very an engaging flipper. Not super performant, but easy to do tricks on. You know, like things like a rollover, you know, when you're learning. Absolutely effortless. Yeah, I think it's just aerials. It could be a bit better on. But the weight is fantastic. It's not too heavy, but it's not too light. It's a really sweet middle ground. For a steel Balisong, I think this might be the best steel Balisong available. So yeah, I mean, really, there's not much I can say about that other than that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Consider becoming a channel member. You get early access to videos sometimes, and you know, a few other little perks and bonuses. You can read up about it. But if not, just leave a like, leave a comment, leave a subscribe, get us pushed in the algorithm. I'll catch you guys, in the next one. Peace.